Could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
The starters for the Utah Jazz. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. The guard and off guard are Clarkson and Sexton. And it's Markkanen in at the small forward position. And yes, it's good.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Wembanyama. From deep. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
Now, here's Clarkson. And he drops it in from the low post.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And that one drops.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at him now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wemby is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
And the incredible reach of Wembanyama, helping him knock away that one.
Little over a minute 30 into this first. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Kicks it out to Collins. Just 5 on the clock. This one for 3, and that's good from Sexton on the assist by Collins.
You know, the timing, the rhythm, I'm a big fan of when Sexton can just catch and shoot.
Barnes right side. Pass to Castle. Rebound, Utah. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Sexton. Wembanyama with the rebound.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. And Kessler throws it down.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
Here's Castle, defended by Sexton. And that one's good, Barnes.
And there's a nice playmaking element to Castle's game, especially at 6'6".
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Outside Clarkson. Kicks it out to Collins. A floater. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Collins. Knocked loose.
And that's when they say you can't teach tall. This is where size helps you, owning those rebounds on the defensive end.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. So it's the Spurs now after the basket by Utah. Here's Wembanyama. Misses from short range. Jazz leading by 4. Now, here's Clarkson. Outside, Markkanen. Throws it down.
And rising with such ease, Markkanen likes to get up top to bring it down.
Here's Castle, defended by Sexton. Wembanyama, no good. For Utah, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Collins setting the pick for Sexton. Here's Wembanyama. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Jazz lead. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Jazz.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebounding.
Yeah, and they have some size, and they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody.
We've got Jeremy Sohan. And Wembanyama's out there with Barnes. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Castle in at the 1. That's the San Antonio 5. Vassell drives in, and it's sent back by Kessler. And now Utah, fast break, and Sexton slams it in.
And it's clear that Sexton loves getting out in transition. He has a strong sense for how to capitalize.
Here's Castle. He's covered by Clarkson. To the paint. Here's Barnes. He can't get that one. Collins with some nice D. Here's Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
And a lethal slasher. Sexton does a great job of finding angles to the basket, has that great burst to get to the rim.
Vassell against Sexton. Vassell, the pass to Wembanyama. Oh, there's the strength training. Wembanyama.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Clarkson kicks to Markkanen. Jazz passing it around. Back to Clarkson. Outside Collins. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. Break every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable rock.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regard.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
That's good from Castle. Richard, last season marked the 5th consecutive year that the Spurs missed the playoffs.
And this drought came directly after their historic streak of 22 consecutive playoff appearances. But the silver lining in this stretch is that it allowed them to draft a generational talent in Wembanyama.
Wembanyama outside. Barnes screen on Kessler. Wembanyama passes to Barnes, and that one is good.
Oh, nice setup by Wembanyama. On top of everything else, this guy has an incredible IQ.
Clarkson goes in. Pass to Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Jazz leading by 8. Clarkson outside. Outside for Sexton. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Vassell against Collins. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Spurs ball.
Spurs have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter.
Oh, yeah. Castle can leap up to the rim. The rookie putting some power behind that finish.
And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Outside Collins. And finish off by Collins.
This is as easy as it gets for Collins. Once he establishes position, the defense is toast.
Pass to Barnes. Here's Castle. He's covered by Clarkson. Barnes screen on Clarkson. The kick out to Barnes. Bangs home the trifecta. Barnes has got 5 points now this quarter.
You like to see Castle creating opportunities for his team.
Clarkson looking for an opening. Sexton finds Clarkson. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. 8 points for Jordan Clarkson.
Sexton.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Castle. He's covered by Clarkson. Kept alive. Outside for Wembanyama. Zohan, the pass to Barnes. Second shot opportunity. Back to Zohan. Barnes screen on Collins. Barnes outside. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him. Left
side, Clarkson. Outside, Sexton. Up in time. No good that time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Jazz up 4. And now we'll send it up. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Harrison Barnes getting it done today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. We've got Keontae George. Martin is out there with Filipowski. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2 spot.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
If you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team, that is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
First team foul.
Here's Sensabaugh. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Sensabaugh has got 4 points now in the quarter. You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
Yes, that goes in.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Spurs trail by 6. First minute and a half of basketball here in the 3rd quarter. Fox passes to Mamu Kelishvili. The kick out to Fox. 6 to shoot. Shot on the wing. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Fox has got his first bucket of the night.
The defense was so focused on keeping Fox in front of them, and that gave him enough room to sink it in from mid-range.
And here's George for 3. The rebound by Champagnie. Spurs have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And it's Fox with the jam.
Even though Fox is just 6'3", he's got some hop, showing them off a little bit on that play.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Name a type of shot. Keontae George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Here's Fox. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. George, that one good for 2. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Paul dishes to beyond.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for your
And the second free throw, good. Here's George. He's got 5. Here's Hendricks, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. There's the pick. Paul for 3. 1:37 left to play here in the third. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in. Paul's got his second bucket of the night.
In the paint, Paul always stays nimble. That allows him to make adjustments that needed to beat the D.
From deep, George hits it from three-point range. And the Jazz lead by 7.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Paul passes to Champagny. Jams it in off the great move.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Here's Sensabaugh. Jazz passing it around. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Spurs ball.
Paul with the ball. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. There's the drive. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. It's hauled in by George. Here's Hendricks. Outside for Martin. Shoots over Fox. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Jazz lead. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
Second personal foul.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Barnes out there with Wembanyama. Then it's Castle. Then it's Jeremy Sohan. And it's Vassell in at the 2. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And he comes up with the deuce. And the Jazz lead by 5.
And let the big man eat. It's clear that Collins loves getting these kinds of scoring opportunities.
To the inside. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Sexton against Vassell. Collins kicks to Markkanen. Back to Collins. Lock at 6. Outside, Sexton. Driving inside. Misses in close. Spurs trail by 3. Sohan, the pass to Wembanyama. Now some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
Hey, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Clarkson kicks to Sexton. And Sexton slams it in.
And how about the leaping ability there on the slam? Love how Sexton just rises up with confidence inside.
Drives to the hoop. Kessler against Wembanyama. With the shot. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Moves so well towards the rim. When Collins attacks with that kind of ferocity, puts the defense on their heels.
John Collins.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Spurs trail by 5. Here's Castle. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Clarkson with the ball. And it's Vassell picking him up. Outside for Sexton. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Pass to Castle. Outside for Wembanyama. He shoots again, and he lays it up and in. And now just a 1-point Utah lead.
Even in his rookie season, it's easy to see Castle's leadership.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, guys, now during that break, Will Hardy with some good words for his team. Now, they preached the little things in the huddle. They asked their team to battle on those 50-50 balls. One extra possession could be all the difference. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
And how about the explosiveness of Sexton? A crafty floor general who is consistent in how hard he attacks the defense.
In a tight game, he is exactly who you wanted at the line.
Here's Castle. He's covered by Clarkson. Barnes screen on Markkanen. Zohan the pass to Barnes. Can't get it to fall. Jazz leading by 3. And it's Sexton penetrating. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. That's good from Collins on the assist by Sexton. Sexton's got his 3rd assist on the night. Vassell against Sexton. Vassell kicks to Barnes. Pass to Zohan. Back to Barnes. Fires the 3. Markkanen with the block.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Back to Wembanyama for the 3. That one doesn't go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's covered closely. Outside, Sexton. Clarkson outside. Back to Sexton. Puts up a deep 3. Wembanyama with the rebound. San Antonio with the ball. It's a 5-point game.
And nothing fancy, really, about that play. That's just good old-fashioned, hard-nosed basketball to get that one.
And he stays with it. Pass to Vassell. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. So we see the Jazz get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just one.
Take a look at this matchup. Both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, BA. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Here are the starters for Houston. We've got Alperen Şengün, Amin Thompson out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Jalen Green, and it's Brooks in at the 2. Now here's Brooks. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
And there's the call on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul of the game. Wembanyama against Şengün. Floats one. It's good.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. We talked about how Alperen Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game, and if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
Clock at 6. The shot by Sohan, no good.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
Here's Castle. Pass to Barnes. Eason with a steal. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. Here's Thompson. That one no good. Nice D from Vassell. And there's the call on Dylan Brooks. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. And there's the call on Jeremy Sohan. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Houston has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Brooks outside. Thompson right side. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
That is Thompson's game, rocking the rim and giving his team some energy.
Here's Castle. Green covering. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
Barnes comes with a double team. On the wing, Brooks. Back to Green. Şengün, the screen. Pass to Thompson. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Wembanyama's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Castle. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Tari Eason.
You love the frame and the length Castle brings to the guard position.
You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
Now here's Brooks. And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
San Antonio leading by 4. 1:51 left to play in the first. Going inside, pass to Wembanyama. And there's the call on Jalen Green. That's his first foul of the game.
He didn't have his feet planted.
14 foul.
1:43 left to play in the first quarter. Sohan, right side. Back to Wembanyama. From downtown, they get the rebound. And Sohan gets it to go.
Well, Sohan has been well coached on attacking the glass, and doing that gets him the follow-up bucket.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperen Şengün and Nikola Jokic. A couple years back, Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands. Brian?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Allie. And so it's San Antonio with it, after the Rockets picked up a basket a moment ago. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. San Antonio shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, he's a fearless player. I mean, Sohan not afraid to give up his body to give his team a better chance.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the first. Green in the post, working on Barnes. Outside for Green. Just 5 on the clock. There's the triple. Sends it home from three-point land.
Yeah, and Green has tons of confidence in his three-point shot, and it was on display right there as he knocked it down.
It's Barnes on the wing. Barnes with a screen on Şengün. Wembanyama with it. He's picked up by Eason. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
The sheer size of Thompson makes it difficult for defenders to match up well against him.
Houston shooting their first free throws of this game. And he's good on the second. Here's Castle. With 4 on the clock. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Unable to get that one. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. It's the Spurs. They lead by 3. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for San Antonio.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
So the Houston 5 right now. Thompson out there with Tari Eason. Then it's Dylan Brooks. Then there's Alperen Şengün. And it's Green in at the point. Now here's Vassell. Still without a bucket. To the inside. Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Stan, one of the most impressive streaks in sports history. The San Antonio Spurs, one of the smallest markets in the NBA, making 22 consecutive playoffs.
Yeah, Brian, there's nothing that I respect more than consistent success year after year. I think it's harder than having that one great year. What San Antonio did in those years is incredible.
And they had a great sideline reporter, I hear, too.
Good-looking guy. Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Green for 3. Eason, pass to Green. Thompson outside. Screen by Eason. Shot clock at 5. And it's Brooks missing.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
The shot by Sohan, no good.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh,
here's Castle. After the Rockets picked up a basket a moment ago. Lets a floater go. Eason pulls it in. Rockets trail by 4. Thompson finds Şengün. The 3. Vassell with the rebound. The Spurs have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Here's Wembanyama. The big man, Wemby for 2.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Green in the post. He's guarded by Barnes. Vassell against Thompson.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
And the Rockets tack on 2 more. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
And it's the Rockets with the ball after the basket by San Antonio.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Barnes passes to Wembanyama. Outside Barnes. There's a minute 17 left in the first half of this one.
A little raw skill-wise, but Sohan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside.
Outside, Green. Şengün, the screen. Green, the pass to Şengün. Outside, Green. Back to Şengün. Fires for 3. And that comes off the assist by Green. Green's got 3 assists tonight.
And that's just an all-around talent there. I mean, Green is dependable at finding his open teammates.
Inside, Şengün with a steal. And here we go, the Rockets in transition. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Wow. Pretty much an unbelievable slam there, B.A.
Yeah, you got that right. Barnes with a screen on Green. Here's Castle. Sinks that one from the post. Castle's got 10 points.
Operating the pick and roll like a seasoned vet already. Castle just taking what he sees open up.
Here's Thompson. Up and in on the layup.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
We've got 13 seconds left in the second period. Here's Castle, and there's the call on Jalen Green. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution.
5 ticks left in the first half. Here's Paul. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Spurs. They're up by 3. All right, now let's check in with that. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3. And so Paul will bring it up for San Antonio. 3-point lead. And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
We've got Chris Paul. He's out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Champagnie at the 3, a small forward. That's who's in the game for the Spurs.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Here's Paul. That one goes in. Paul's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, when he's inside, Paul is so good at finding those little creases.
Paul against Holiday. Pass to Adams. Outside Holiday. Outside Tate. Shot clock at 6. From the arc. Rebounded by Champagnie. San Antonio leading by 5. Fox for 3. Offensive rebound.
Incredible work right there on the glass. He's doing all he can to extend that lead.
Hey, once you got him on the ropes, keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of hope.
Adams inside. Biyombo's there. Green for 3. Here's Adams. And that one drops. Adams has got his first points of the night.
And on the offensive end, this is how Adams hurts you. You have to be aware of where he is at all times.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. Paul passes to Biyombo. And Biyombo slams it home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Holiday.
An active physical defender. Paul takes pride in being a pest and distracting shooters.
Launches it from deep. It's hauled in by Houston. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. It's Tate on the wing. He's covered by Fox. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
And how about that replay? Man, you got to appreciate the hustle on defense.
Oh, my, and that was textbook defense. Positioning himself well to send it back. Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from him.
Ball with it. Guarded by Smith. Kept alive. Pass to Champagnie. Down low. Mamukelashvili. Green with the defensive effort. Rockets trail by 4. Tate inside. He's covered by Fox. Here's Adams. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
People were worried that
One shot. The play will be reviewed under NBA
game. The NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
What's up?
And Adams no good on that one. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have a guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
Three-pointer. Champagne's shot is off. The Rockets have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Back to Holiday. Smith with a screen on Paul. Outside Holiday. Smith outside. Just 5 to shoot. For the tie. It's stolen by Fox. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. And the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Making things happen. You want Fox making decisions with the ball.
Holiday against Paul. On the wing, Holiday. To the middle. Here's Adams. Outside, Green. He shoots. Second chance effort. Outside Holiday. Adams with a screen on Paul. Three-pointer, Holiday. They get it again. Adams. And at last, they get one to fall. Adams has got his third basket on the night right there.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance points.
It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. San Antonio on top, up by 2. After a quick break, we're coming right.
Get up, get ready.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The Rockets trail. So the Houston 5 right now. They've got Dylan Brooks. Alperen Şengün out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Amen Thompson. And it's Green in at the point guard position. That puts him in the lead.
Nice find by Thompson. Now, good to see him sharing the ball like this.
Wembanyama, screen on Green. To the paint. And there's Wembanyama. That's good on the assist by Castle.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
And out of bounds, the Spurs will take it.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on the same wavelength there.
Picked up by Sohan. Here's Wembanyama to the inside. Vassell outside. Pass to Wembanyama. Ooh, Wembanyama with the touch.
With how big and powerful Wembanyama is, showing how delicate.
Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, he is a creative, explosive finisher at the rim. Green loves putting on a show.
To the paint. Barnes, it's good.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Rockets trail by 3. Left side, Green. Pass to Easton. 6 on the shot clock. Şengün with it. Lets it go from deep. Barnes with the rebound. Şengün with a steal. The flush. Jalen Green.
What hops from Green? Going up high and taking it right to the hoop.
Now here's Barnes. And the layup is good off the glass. Barnes has got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Pass to Şengün. Here's Brooks. Beyond the arc. Knocks it down from distance. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
And the first one at the line is good. He does not get the second one.
Well, a miss is unfortunate, but he still manages to put them ahead. Barely.
And demonstrating how fearless he is, Green welcomes the chance to take important shots. Yeah, this kid, Castle, loves having the ball in these spots. He wants to be the guy to hit the big one.
2 minutes remaining.
Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama. Sohan inside. Brooks defending.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
Yeah, something else I love that they're doing is driving into the lane and getting the shots they want in penetration.
1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Vassell against Thompson. Barnes with a screen on Thompson. Vassell passes to Barnes. Inside, down to 5 on the shot clock. Going all the way to the rack. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
And man, does Thompson glide down the court with ease. Outstanding at finishing in transition.
Here's Castle. Green covering. Vassell outside. To the middle. Şengün with a steal. On the wing, Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And that could really be the game-changing moment.
I agree. What a turn of events.
That might be the play of the game.
Wembanyama, screen on Brooks. Wembanyama hammers it down.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big-time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And it's like Green doesn't have an off switch. He's consistent at attacking defenses and drawing whistles.
Ooh, knocks down the clutch free throw.
Taking 2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Well, make no mistake, this is exactly who they want at the line in this situation.
So quick to rotate. I mean, Green able to cover quickly.
On the break. Here's Şengün. Thompson passes to Şengün. Goes back up. Sohan with some nice D.
And the game isn't over yet, but they have to move quickly.
Yeah, this one isn't over, but they can't afford to waste any time now.
Here's Castle. Barnes with a screen on Green. Here's Castle. Oh, no good! And so it's the Rockets who come out on top here. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA.
Plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg. With the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Here's the starting group for Houston. We've got Amen Thompson. Brooks is out there with Green. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Şengün in at the 5 spot. From deep, Green. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Collins against Thompson. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Keontae Joy.
Fighting his way inside, Clarkson shows good body control.
Green kicks to Thompson. And Thompson slams it home.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Clarkson with the screen for Sexton. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Greg Collins Sexton, still so young. He entered the league when he was just 19.
Yeah, drafted back in 2018. Sexton has a few years left in his 20s, so you expect him to continue to expand his game and improve on both ends.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
Clarkson looking for an opening. Sexton with the screen for Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Now, Will Hardy talked to me a little while ago. I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Now, here's Green. Out to the wing. Here's Şengün. A miss that time. Would have put him up. On offense, here are the Jazz. Collins in the post. Working on Thompson. Here's Clarkson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, he is looking confident Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Green. Easton passes to Green. Cans it from downtown.
Green.
And that'll tie this game up.
No wasted motion or hesitation there. Green ready to shoot as soon as he caught it.
And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
Collins with it, picked up by Thompson. Thompson against Collins. Pass to Kessler. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. A three-pointer off the mark. Rockets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And it's Green, missing. Green's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Sexton with the screen for Clarkson. Fires for 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Poked away. Easton passes to Green. Houston moving the ball around. The Rockets with another miss.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Collins, a screen on Brooks. Clarkson kicks to Collins. Hit the floater, and he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. That one on Thompson. The Jazz shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
You know, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Now here's Green. Şengün with the screen for Green. Pass to Şengün. Thompson outside. All sorts of time. Offensive rebound. And Şengün is right there.
That is what Şengün brings this team. The ability to turn misses into makes, doing the dirty work down low.
Clarkson with the ball. The open look here for Sexton. Connects from three-point range. Sexton's got 6.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Jalen Green. Thompson is out there with Tari Eason. Then there's Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams in the league to move their games to broadcast television. It's a gamble, but they just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. Kevin, no doubt, other NBA teams are keen to see how this goes.
Oh, David, no question at all. And we thank you for your report. Incredible for his age, the decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
And the wide-open shot from Green. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. He has 6.
Green, impressive range from deep. He knows how dangerous he can be from there.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And So Clarkson will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Pass to Sexton. Back to Clarkson. Sexton with a screen on Green. Clarkson finds Sexton. Now Clarkson, 5 on the clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. The 3. The shot by Sexton, no good. Houston's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter.
A gifted athlete with an explosive first step. Green is at his best when he attacks off the dribble.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. A former Jazz big man, Carlos Boozer, among those in attendance here tonight.
And he was a 2-time All-Star with the Jazz. His strength and ability to finish over either shoulder made him such a tough cover inside.
Kessler with the bucket.
Well, Clarkson doesn't do huge assist numbers, but he won't waste a wide-open opportunity.
Green taking his time here. Poke loose. Sexton against Green. And Sexton slams it in.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
Count that one. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
And Markkanen is a low down inside close to the bucket. When he's got nice positioning, he's really comfortable inside.
Green, the pass to Eason. Stolen by Markkanen. And now Utah, fast break. Sexton dishes to Clarkson. Sexton with the screen for Clarkson. Sexton kicks to Clarkson. 6 to shoot. Back to Sexton. From deep, Collins. Thompson with the rebound. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Collins. Clarkson against Green. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Green against Sexton. And Green gets it to go. Green's got it all tied up now for Houston.
Exactly how you run the pick and roll. Green looking very comfortable and confident in these sets.
Outside, Sexton. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Collins, the shot goes in, first of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And how about the mobility from the big man? I love when Collins takes charge and goes aggressively to the hoop.
Green, the pass to Eason. Green with a screen for Eason. Back to Green. Up top, Eason. Eason, a screen on Sexton. Utah has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Collins in the post. He's covered by Thompson. That's good from Collins on the assist by Markkanen.
And let the big man eat. It's clear that Collins loves getting these kinds of scoring opportunities.
It's his first trip to the line.
And a year ago, he was an 80% shooter at the line, so that's more than acceptable.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Both free throws good from Green. Now, here is George. It'll count. And
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, you know, some might say, hey, can we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, they want to get the call right, and the league is taking steps to speed the process with the Replay Review Center in Secaucus queuing up the footage for the officials.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Utah out in front. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Jalen Green, he's really been playing well.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
They've got Filipowski. George out there with Martin. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2-go. And that's the group for Will Hardy as they begin the second half. Holiday looking for an opening. Out to Smith. Pass to Green. Smith sets the pick for Green. Just 4 to shoot. Count it, good.
And Smith is just so impressive, especially when he's working in that screen and roll.
George against Green, and it's George missing. The Rockets trail. Holiday, the pass to Smith. And here's the fast break. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Outside Holiday. Knocks down the 3-ball. Holiday's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Over to the left wing. Filipowski gets it to go from beyond the arc. Filipowski's got 5.
It's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Pass to Tate, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
4 on the clock. That's a 2 from Smith, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And you see the floor awareness Smith already has. Phenomenal job knocking that shot down before the clock.
Here's George. Plays it up and banks it in. George has got 4 points this quarter.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Holiday up top, defended by George. That's a 2 from Smith. Filipowski grabs the board.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Holiday with the 3. Filipowski grabs the board. Jazz leading by 5. Here's Sensabaugh. Takes the 3. The shot by Filipowski, no good. Pass to Tate. Back to Holiday. 3 on 3. Here's Filipowski. No good with the layup. Rockets trail by 5. Here's Green. The kick out to Holiday. Here's the 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Here's Sensabaugh.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Tate.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
And that one's good, George.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Holiday with it. And it's Martin picking him up. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. A new lineup here for Houston. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Pass to Filipowski. George with the screen on Şengün. George against Green. Back to George. Shot clock at 5. There's the pick. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 7 rebounds in the game. Thompson passes to Eason. Şengün finds Green. Back to Şengün. That shot is off. And so it's Utah with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting is... And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it's really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Tari Eason. Green is out there with Brooks. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. It counts, and the foul. It's on Jordan Clarkson.
Nice to see such unselfish play from Green, putting the team ahead of himself.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
The way they've been able to consistently get past the defense and to the cup has been most impressive. They've almost made it look pedestrian.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their 3-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace.
Collins, good. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Eason. And here's Brooks. Jacks up a 3. The shot misses.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Back to Sexton. And stolen by Thompson. Here's Eason. Right side, Green. Floats one up. He lays it in.
Excellent job by Green finishing through that contact.
Jazz leading by 4. Now Clarkson going inside, and he dunks it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
So the wing on the left. Şengün with a wide-open look. Drills the 3-pointer.
He's got a real nice feel for the game. Şengün's quick to make the most of an open look when it avails itself.
Clarkson on the wing. Guarded by Green. Nice ball movement by Utah. Collins kicks to Sexton. Collins setting the pick for Sexton. Driving in, and Sexton slams it in.
Big shot player. Sexton showing us he loves the spotlight. Seems energized performing here under the bright lights.
Outside, Green. Brooks outside. Back to Green. Şengün trying to free himself up. Green, no luck. Jazz leading by 5. Clarkson finds Collins. Kessler with it. That one goes. Count it.
A big man who does a little bit of everything. Collins' team-first attitude shining through with that terrific pass.
It's as though Green always has more left in his tank. He digs deep and finds the bucket.
Here's Clarkson. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Rockets trail by 7. Outside, Green. With the drive. It's Brooks on the wing. Pass to Şengün. Brooks against Clarkson. Brooks misses.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Collins against Thompson. And then Collins slams it in.
One of the most explosive young bigs we have. Collins quick off the floor and gets creative at the rim.
Outside, Green. Back to Şengün. And the 3 off target. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Sexton for 3. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. He's shooting 5 for 8.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
They can take their time on this possession.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. From deep 3-point territory, it's rebounded by Houston. So we see the Jazz get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is
Both of these organizations have done a good job of acquiring and developing young talent, Grant.
Absolutely, B.A. These rosters are filled with young stars. They have a chance to make some noise in the coming years. They just need to continue to grow as individuals and as a team.
Here's the starting group for the San Antonio Spurs. Barnes is out there with Wembanyama. Then there's Castle. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Sohan in at small forward. Sexton, that's good.
Well, if you've got the speed of Colin Sexton, put the ball on the deck and make sure you make good use of it.
Here's Castle. He's covered by Clarkson. Wembanyama, screen on Collins. Wembanyama up top, uncovered. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive.
And Clarkson, here we go. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
And he just punches home the one-hand finish.
Hey, 2 points the easy way. And when you talk about guards who can really attack in the lane, Jordan Clarkson is on that list, Doris.
B.A., there are just certain guys who are comfortable operating in tight windows. Clarkson's mindset is score. He's got a great sense for where and when to pull up into his shot. He can burn you from three. A little bit streaky, but boy, he can really get on hot streak. I love it when Markman decides to throw it down. Show some fire on that finish.
Wembanyama, screen on Sexton. Vassell's shot is good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With great mobility and the 8-foot wingspan, yes, 8 foot, Wembanyama easily wipes that shot away.
And an intentional foul right there.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Here's Castle. Second shot opportunity, and it's Wembanyama laying it in. Wembanyama's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Outside for Sexton. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Clarkson, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
And so it's Wembanyama with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. To the wing, right side.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
From behind the arc. The rebound by Markkanen. The Jazz have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Clarkson for 3. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
They grab their own miss. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And with the 8-foot wingspan of Wembanyama, it feels like he releases the ball halfway to the bucket.
And both free throws good for Wembanyama.
It can help a big man's game to hit those free throws. It keeps the defense from getting too aggressive.
Clarkson, left side, down low. Sexton, rebound by San Antonio.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Vassell with it, and Clarkson picks him up defensively. Vassell outside. Barnes with a screen on Clarkson. And stolen by Markkanen. Outside Sexton, and there's a pick. Gets the 3 ball to go. Sexton's got 5 now.
I mean, Sexton can shoot from anywhere, strong from beyond the arc.
Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. And that one's good. Markkanen.
Well, nice job. You capitalized right there in an instance where all you got to do is catch and shoot.
Vassell against Kessler. Outside Wembanyama. Jacks up a 3, and he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
2 open that time. Made it look easy. Give him 8.
How about the response from Colin Sexton with some range?
Here's Castle. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Barnes. Sohan outside. Here's Castle. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
This night already has the makings of an offensive war.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Clarkson and Sexton in the backcourt together. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. And it's Markkanen in at the small forward position. That's the group for Utah, getting going in the second. To the middle. Here's Barnes. Excellent D there from Collins. Utah's gone 4 of 6 from three-point range thus far. Sexton passes to Clarkson. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. Vassell against Sexton. Blocked again!
Phenomenal defense. The long arms of Vassell helping him come up with that block.
Yes.
Six to shoot. Collins with a screen on Vassell. Sexton, that's good. Sexton's got 10.
And Colin Sexton is a scorer. Doesn't matter if he's on the interior. This guy is determined to capitalize.
You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge third season, averaged 24 a game.
Yeah, B.A., and unfortunately, Colin hurt his knee early during his 4th year. Had season-ending surgery, but we've seen Sexton make a full comeback. Just a dynamic scoring guard.
And guys, for Colin Sexton, it's really about taking smart shots, because when he does, you can see he's got the ability to catch fire.
Sohan outside. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Markkanen. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Clarkson passes to Sexton. Let's go with a 3. The offensive rebound. Here's Clarkson. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds in the game. And stolen by Markkanen. Collins against Barnes. Now here's Collins. Tight defense on him. Here's Sexton. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Here's Kessel. He's covered by Clarkson. Pass to Barnes. Barnes with a screen on Sexton. Kicks it out to Barnes. Shoots over Collins. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
When you look back at the history of the league, Doris, no position has evolved more than the center.
You know, B.A., that's a tremendous point because you look at some of the best players in the league, they occupy the 5 spot. They're asked to do so much. Defensively, protect the rim. Be able to switch out and guard smaller players on the perimeter. Now you're being asked to be able to make shots from 3. I mean, big man's got a lot of response.
And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree.
At the line for the Spurs, Devin Vassell.
Down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Utah trailing here. Clarkson outside.
This to me is when Clarkson is at his best, when he's pushing the action, being aggressive. It carries over to the rest of the team, guys.
Utah shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Clarkson taking 2 shots.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. The Spurs have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Pass to Wembanyama. And so they foul intentionally.
Jordan Clarkson. That's his first personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Vassell outside. Outside Wembanyama. And a miss there on the triple. And so Sexton will bring it up for Utah. They trail by 1. Driving in. Collins outside. Pass to Kessler. Kicks it out to Collins. Clock at 4. Rebound San Antonio. We've got 1:13 left to play in the second quarter. Now here's Wembanyama. He's covered by Kessler. Vassell against Clarkson. Vassell can't get it to go. The Jazz have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Outside for Sexton. And here's Collins for 3. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And this is a part of Collins' game that's really evolved. Hitting jumpers and catch and shoot.
Vassell outside. Wembanyama, screen on Sexton. Vassell passes to Wembanyama. Wembanyama with the easy 2.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
And here's Clarkson. Give him 8 points now. Sexton passes to Kessler. Collins outside. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. Tie game here in Utah. Well, now a minute to check in with Ali LaFour. All right, Ali, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting the second half with. We've got Chris Paul. He's out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Biyombo in at the 5. Here's Martin. Collects the 2 points near the hoop. Martin's got his first basket.
And it's no surprise they want to get him the ball to start this half.
Pass to Mamukelashvili. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Utah's gotten 5 in their 9 attempts from deep to go. George with it. Fox picks him up. Here's Sensabaugh. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Jazz lead by 2.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
The drive by Paul for 3. Shot is good by Mamukelashvili. Mamukelashvili's got 5.
Now, CP3 knows every string to pull on the offensive end. What a pretty pass.
George passes to Martin. And he lays it up and in.
Martin, put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Fox outside. There's a screen by Biyombo. Fox goes in. Back to Paul. Pass to Mamukelashvili. 5 to shoot. Second chance shot. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
San Antonio shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And the second free throw is good.
That will sting a little bit. Failing to get the lead when the opportunity was there, but he does tie it up.
Here's George. And he comes up with a bucket.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close range look.
The Spurs have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Paul for 3. And the three-pointer goes. Here in the second half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
George finds Martin. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
George outside. Pass to Filipowski. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Champagny. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. San Antonio shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe of the game.
If you're a head coach, you love having a guy like Chris Paul around. He's a coach on the floor for you and helps keep everyone accountable.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. San Antonio leading. Takes a 3. Nails it from 3. Paul's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Well, Chris Paul by nature wants to pass the ball, but if you leave him open, he understands he's got to make those shots.
Pass to Sensabaugh. And he banks in the layup.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Fox outside. The 3 ball. Rebound, Utah. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Hendricks. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to George. Pulls it in from the elbow. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Offensive rebounding is all about wanting it. Fantastic effort there, leading to second chance points.
Fakes the pass to Biyombo. Here's Champagny. He's guarded by Martin. Pass to Mamukelashvili. The three. The rebound by Filipowski.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Martin outside. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Here's Hendricks. There's the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Jazz lead by 1.
And able to regain the lead there.
George against Paul. And Keontae George gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul. A line change here for San Antonio.
Substitution on the court.
26 seconds left in the third quarter. Inside. Here's Hendricks. Rebounded by Castle. Sohan, right side. Launches it. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading buckets. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Kenyon Martin, Filipowski out there with Keontae George, and it's Hendricks in at the 4. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. A line change here for Utah. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. He told his team, once you grab the rebound, run with the ball. Don't give them a single second to catch their breath. We control the pace of this game, not them. Guys, expect the pace to pick up.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Kicks it out to Clarkson. He buries it from 3.
Rise and fire away. This is Clarkson's attitude as soon as he catches the rock.
Here's Castle. He's covered by Clarkson. Wembanyama up top. Wemby putting on a show.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Clarkson attacking. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Clarkson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, Jordan Clarkson loves the offensive end, and he's in the flow on that drive. That's nice.
Vassell outside. Barnes a screen. The 3 is up. Vassell can't get it to go. And it's Collins with the ball for Utah. 2-point game. Final quarter of play. About a minute and a half off the clock.
The 3 ball is part of JC's game, but I like Collins the most inside.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Jazz?
The fearlessness they've shown going strong inside has been impressive. The defense hasn't been very effective against them.
And the other thing, guys, credit their game plan. They've been getting the looks they want, and they are executing at a high level.
Castle for 3. Utah grabs the miss. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now. On the wing, Sexton. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Oh, Markkanen good in the paint.
Well, given Markkanen is 7 feet tall, feeding him on the interior is probably a good decision. That's a nice touch by the big man.
Castle for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 5 rebounds in the game. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively. And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Here's Castle. He's covered by Clarkson. Will it go? Here's Barnes. And it's blocked by Collins. And they'll get another chance. Barnes in the post. Collins there.
Wow, what a creative display by Harrison Barnes. In your face. Take that.
Clarkson outside. Collins outside. On target from range. Collins has got 7 points here in the quarter.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
There's the drive. Pass to Vassell. Outside Barnes. 4-3. Knocks it down from distance.
They have a never-give-up attitude.
No doubt keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Sexton goes in to the paint. Clarkson finds Collins. Outside Sexton. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. The three from Barnes. Utah grabs the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Now here's Collins. The D's right on him. Clarkson outside. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Fires from deep. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. San Antonio's gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Outside Sexton to the middle. It's stolen by Barnes.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Barnes the screen. Pass to Castle. Outside Wembanyama. Outside Barnes. No one near him. Oh, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. "17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Sexton with it. We see the Jazz get the win here. This one was in the balance. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian.
The teams that like pushing the break, Richard, look no further than these two teams in front of us.
I'm expecting a fun one here tonight, Kevin. Definitely not for the faint of heart. These teams love to get out and run.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Fox is out there with Castle. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5 down low. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Fox against Green. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got his second basket.
The defense comes at Fox hard, but he's ready for it. He knows how to stay agile and nimble inside.
Here's Green. Nails the baby hook.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Now, here's Vassell. Outside, Fox. 6 on the shot clock. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
And so Green will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. 4-point game. Brooks outside. Eason, the screen. Brooks, the pass to Eason. Barnes grabs the miss. For San Antonio, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. And the officials call a traveling violation. And so just over a minute and a half played. Green kicks to Brooks. Back to Green. Şengün with a screen on Fox. Green beyond the arc. Şengün no good. We've seen a quick start here for the Spurs. The kick out to Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
The correct read by Fox, taking it himself. De'Aaron is showing that sometimes being selfish is the right decision.
Green, the pass to Thompson. And Thompson slams it home.
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
Fox looking it over. Out left to the wing. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talents, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report. Here's Fox, following the score by Houston. Fox is double. Here's Castle. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
That jump shot has been the biggest question mark for Castle, so it's good to see him shooting with confidence.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up, and it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Love seeing what he can do on the open floor. Fox is so explosive.
Eason passes to Green. Eason with a screen for Green. Wembanyama with the rebound.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
That That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum-rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with...
Oh, my goodness. Man. Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fox finds Barnes. Back to Fox. Vassell, the pass to Wembanyama. The baseline J off the mark.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And Thompson slams it home.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a lot of energy for the Spurs. He got into double. And so far through 1 quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And you can't turn it over against this team. That's a recipe for disaster, and we're seeing the results of that.
On the court right now for the Spurs. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Castle is out there with Fox, and it's Wembanyama in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential.
And it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. Triggers a replay review by the official.
Thompson taking 2 shots. The play is currently under video review under NBA rules. There will be 2 minutes to review
the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Got a piece of it. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And Green slams it in.
This is what Green loves to do, getting strong positioning inside and going to work.
Here's Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And Green slams it in.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Fox kicks to Vassell. And you hear, Richard, about players dunking and putting a hurting on the rim, but that iron sometimes can put a hurting on a player's hands too, right?
Oh, and then when you get older, those landings, they can start to hurt too. End of the day, there's a price to be paid for all that high-flying and rim racking, and it's worth it.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Here's Fox. Here he goes. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
De'Aaron Fox, 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Free throw good, Fox.
One of the fastest guys in the league. For Fox, it's about using his blinding quickness to his advantage on both ends of the floor.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Green with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. Takes a three. Eason's shot is good. Eason's got himself going with the triple. His first basket of the game. And it's Fox with the ball for San Antonio. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. We're not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good vets have helped as well. And we thank you for that report. And Thompson slams it home.
This one has been all about Amen Thompson, a freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
Pass to Vassell. And a deep three from Fox. 7 for 9 now with that miss. Now shooting 78% from the floor. Green passes to Şengün. Fox against Green. And he hammers that one down right in the face of De'Aaron Fox.
That is a tough contest-worthy move. Green just putting on a show right there.
Here's Castle. Brooks covering. Vassell outside. Pocket 6. Pass to Wembanyama. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. It's stolen by Wembanyama. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Count it. And the Spurs lead by 8.
And you see the quickness out in transition. Vassell, so tough to stop.
Fox with the steal. And Fox with a clear path to the basket. And it's Fox with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Thompson in the posts. Covered by Vassell.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
And here is Fox. The kick out to Barnes. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
Boy, thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
Steven Adams is out there with Jabari Smith. Then there's Jayshawn Tate. And there's Green, and it's Holiday in at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
The Rockets again can't hit. Spurs leading by 14. Here's Branham. It's hauled in by Adams. Outside Holiday. To the middle. Fires the three. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Holiday's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Ball looking over the floor. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Paul's got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs. Holiday against Paul. Pass to Tate. Smith sets the pick for Tate. To the inside. The shot's good from Smith.
And this is why you let Smith work inside. He's adept at knowing how to finish in traffic.
There's the screen. Branham, the pass to Mamu Kalishvili. Offline from the top of the key.
Well, the defense didn't have any impact on that shot, but somehow he's still missing.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Not the last time we'll see that. Adams is so powerful and loves to take it to the defense.
Line for your Rockets, Steven.
He hits the second from the line. So it's San Antonio now. They've led by as many as 14 points. Paul against Holiday. Sohan with the screen. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 8 points.
In the paint, Paul always stays nimble. That allows him to make adjustments that needed to beat the D.
Out to Smith. Green with a screen for Smith. Down low. Deflects the pass. Here we go. One-on-one. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Off target from three-point range. Smith finds Holiday. Back to Smith.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Green.
2 minutes.
And he makes good on the layup.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
1:52 left in the third. Here's Branham. No scoring in this one. Here's Sohan. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 13.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Back to Holiday. Smith sets the pick for Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, we'll take it.
Yep, that one goes in there. Paul's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
It's his agility that helps Paul beat interior defense, especially when it's tight like this.
Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 11 as the basket is good from Holiday.
No, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Pass to Mamu Kalishvili. There's 38 seconds left to play in the third.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Here's Adams. It's good.
They have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
And it's Aaron Holiday with the foul. That's his first foul. A new lineup here for Houston.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
20 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Castle. Barnes the screen. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs holding on to an 11-point cushion. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping the board.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court right now for the Spurs. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Fox is out there with Castle. And it's Wembanyama in at the center position. In transition, here comes San Antonio.
Smart bucket by Castle. Get out and run.
Rockets trail by 15. Green left side. Eason passes to Green. Eason, a screen on Fox. Green, no luck. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Here's Castle. Brooks grabs the board. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Şengün finds Eason. Now here's Green. Eason, a screen on Vassell.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Back to Barnes. Vassell left side. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Fox, no good. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Oh, reversed at home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Here's Fox. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Jalen Green.
This takes real toughness. Fox getting the shot off despite the foul.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, during the break, I listened in on Ime Udoka's huddle. Coach not happy with the team. He told them, come on, we have to value the basketball. We're just giving it away. We'll see if they listened. Guys?
Thank you, David. The first free throw is good. Fox hits them both. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Fox kicks to Vassell. Back to Fox. And the layup is good. Fox has got 24.
He's having one of those nights. Fox just filling it up.
Green, the pass to Thompson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs.
You got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
And all game long, they work the ball inside. It's really worked well for them offensively.
The wide open look here for Fox. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Rockets trail by 14. Outside, Green. From downtown, score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
For Jalen Green to be an all-star level guy, he's got to knock down those threes. Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Here's Thompson. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
The play is currently under video review under NBA rules.
Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Vassell was screen on Easton. Barnes. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Ooh, just shook his man loose with a crafty play inside.
And then the dunk just tops it off beautiful. The kick out to Barnes. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. A three from Wembanyama. Şengün with the rebound. For Houston, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor.
First foul. Yoru. Second personal foul. Second
First free throw is good, and that brings them to within 10.
Your Rockets.
And he is unable to get the second one.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Spurs.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for De'Aaron Fox.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
The drive by Barnes.
Harrison Barnes.
Vassell against Thompson. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Some final preparations here. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for... Grab this. Not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
The starters for Utah. Sexton and Markkanen out on the wings. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. And it's Clarkson in at the point. Now here's Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Collins with a screen on Brooks. Clarkson for 3. It's hauled in by Houston. On the wing, Thompson. He's covered by Clarkson. Yep, that one's good.
Nice find by Thompson. Now, good to see him sharing the ball like this.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat, and I took the time to ask him about his strategy for Lauri Markkanen, and he said we know he's going to hit big shots and be physical on the floor, but we're going to make him work for everything tonight. I hope we can test every shot that he takes. Hope and hard work. Can't ask for more than that, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Thompson. Pass to Eason. Thompson outside. On the wing, Brooks. Now here's Green. Now Easton. Stolen by Collins. Outside Sexton. Thompson with a steal. 3 on 3. Here's Green. And he buries his first look.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. On offense, here's Utah. 4-point game. Stan, how do you think the Utah Jazz have fared with a relatively young squad?
Well, Brian, I'd say admirably. It's not easy to be the less experienced team figuring things out all the time, but they continue to grow and work and get better.
Now here's Green. It's stolen by Clarkson. Markkanen with it. Now Thompson defending. Markkanen against Thompson. Markkanen with a screen on Brooks. Back to Markkanen. Pass to Collins. 5 on the clock. On the take. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Gotta like watching Collins attack like this. Feeling like he can score on any defense out there.
Green against Sexton. Green, the pass to Eason. Now Şengün. Collins defending. Little turnaround. Şengün, no good.
I like where he took that shot. The D was just too strong.
Sexton passes to Collins. He nails it, and we're tied.
Yeah, that's a good look for Collins. I like the offensive approach right there.
In the first. 2 minutes.
Pass to Brooks. The Rockets again can't hit.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Sexton passes to Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
On the wing, Brooks. Still no points. Outside, Green. No good with the triple. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Outside, Sexton. Kicks it out to Clarkson. Pass to Markkanen. Fires the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And I want to see Markkanen continue to shoot from deep because he's a quality sniper with impressive range.
Sexton against Green. On the wing, Thompson. Şengün with it. Thompson outside. Can they get it? Fires hitting the triple.
And this is big for Thompson's confidence. He needs to keep hitting from downtown.
Clarkson outside. Outside for Sexton. Clarkson with a screen on Green. Here's Sexton, and he dunks it down.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Kicks it out to Collins. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go, the Rockets in transition.
And you can tell they're in sync right now, expertly turning the steal into fast break points.
Clarkson for 3. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Utah ahead. And getting it going again here in the 2nd quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen from the Jazz, what's your take so far?
Well, you have to love their activity level at the defensive end, racking up those steals.
Yeah, this defensive game plan is working very well, putting constant pressure on the offense and forcing a lot of mistakes.
Tari Eason is out there with Alperen Şengün. Then there's Amen Thompson. Then it's Green. And it's Brooks in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, BA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for that. The Rockets trail. Thompson outside. Eason, a screen on Collins. Left side, Eason. Brooks outside. Back to Eason. Pass to Brooks. Clock at 6. Here's Green. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
Utah ball.
Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Clarkson finds Sexton. Kicks it out to Clarkson. Pass to Collins. Shot clock at 5. Clarkson with the ball. Green picks him up. The 3 from Sexton. Sends it home from 3-point land. Sexton's got 5.
You have to admire Sexton's confidence. Fantastic initiative and understanding when to shoot off the catch.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Oh, it's stolen by Eason. And here they come. Outside for Green. Pass to Şengün. There's the three. Oh, deflected. Şengün, the screen. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point land. Sexton grabs the board. Utah leading by 3. Clarkson passes to Collins. From deep. Another 3 for Utah. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball. And you don't need a roadmap when he's got open court in front of him like that.
Well, the best way to attack is in transition. He recognizes that.
Green against Sexton. Eason pass to Green. Brooks outside. And that comes off the assist by Green. Brooks has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. There's a minute 54 left in the second. Outside Sexton. With the teardrop. It's hauled in by Houston. Here's Green. The rebound by Markkanen.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
1:24 left to play in the second quarter. Oh, great slam by Markkanen.
And this is inexcusable. The defense must force Markkanen further away from the rim.
Well, Coach Lowry, Markkanen, it's been an interesting study to watch his game continue to improve every year.
Yeah, it certainly has, Brian. You know, he was a complimentary player for quite a while, and then finally has developed into a primary offensive threat, and he has thrived.
Thompson against Sexton. Oh, and it's Collins, that time on the assist by Sexton. And now it's a 9-point Utah lead. For Houston, they've gotten only 2 of 8 field goals to go in the second. Brooks, the pass to Thompson. Good work there as it goes. Thompson's gotten 4 this quarter.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Collins against Eason. And there's the call on Tari Eason. That's his first foul of the game.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
And it's a completely new group for the Rockets. 20 seconds left in the second. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
2 shots.
And he can't hit the second. Outside Holiday. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Hendricks.
Houston foul.
Utah shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
3rd team foul.
First one falls for him.
At the line for the Jazz, George.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. It'll count. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's Utah with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be right back after this word. And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books. One half to go. A fantastic game from John Collins in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
So the Utah 5 right now. You've got Keontae George. Kenyon Martin is out there with Filipowski. And it's Sensabaugh in at the shooting guard position. George drives in. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy. And the Jazz lead by 9.
Seeing the opening, George does not hesitate. I mean, just a great move.
Outside Tate takes a 3. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Tate's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Jazz. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Nice move. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. George has got 6.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close range look.
Smith with a screen on George. Holiday passes to Smith. No good on the shot. Jazz leading by 8. And now the Jazz on the run in transition.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. Holiday up top. George defending. Outside Holiday. The 3. That one doesn't drop. The Jazz have gone 3 of 3 in this second half. They set a pick. Pass to Filipowski. For 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Here's Adams. Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
Here's Filipowski. Here's the 3. And the 3-pointer goes.
Well, so many bigs excel from 3-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
Tate passes to Smith. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Jazz leading by 10. The 16th pick in last year's draft. Keontae George was thrown right into the fire his rookie season, Stan.
Yeah, down the stretch, he was basically handed the keys to the offense at the point guard position. He may take some lumps, but his talent level is evident.
George against Holiday. Tipped away. Smith outside. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. And Houston another 3.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in.
And George with the jam.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Rockets trail by 11. Adams with a screen on George. Here's Holiday. And there's Adams. That one's good. On the assist from Holiday. Adams has gotten 4 this quarter. George outside. 3-pointer. Drops in the 3.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Tate, a screen on George. 3-pointer, Holiday. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And Keontae George gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Houston making some changes.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Thompson, and the slam dunk by Thompson.
And attacking with reckless abandon. Somehow Thompson able to get through.
So Utah ends up going with a new group, and he'll be shooting his first free throw. Jazz leading by 9. Clarkson with the ball. Collins outside. From about 19, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Rockets ball.
And we've reached the end of the third. Jazz out in front, up by 9. And we're coming. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. They've got Dylan Brooks. Tari Eason is out there with Thompson. Then there's Alperen Şengün, and it's Green in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Şengün, no good. Jazz leading by 11. Now Collins. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Eason with a steal. Inside, here's Brooks. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Green's got 4 assists in the game.
And just as tough as they come, Dylan Brooks battling for 2 points.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. And Coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
Shooting for Utah, Jordan Clarkson at the line for 2.
The people were worried that
under NBA rules, 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
Smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. He told them, quote, if we'd worked harder on the glass, we'd probably be up right now. Show some heart, show some pride. It was a very direct message. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Ali.
And at this stage of his career, Clarkson really knows his role. A highly effective scorer who looks to decimate defenses.
Here's Green. Oh, Green wanted those 2.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, and hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
I mean, this man has no fear. Clarkson puts his body on the line night in and night out.
Outside, Green. Pass to Thompson. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that was going to hit his head on the rim one day. Oh.
Clarkson passes to Collins, and the call will be against Alperen Şengün. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Clarkson against Brooks. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
I mean, the effortless athleticism. You can see Clarkson loves rising up and dropping the hammer.
Sexton against Green. To the paint. Here's Easton. Kessler with a rebound. Kessler's got 5 rebounds in the game. Thompson with a steal. Outside, Green. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Jazz.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And another thing that's impressed me has been their consistency with their two-point jump shots, getting it done from the mid-range.
There's a screen. Here's Markkanen driving to the basket.
Looking mobile on the drive. Markkanen also using his height to his advantage to score at the rim.
Green against Sexton. Outside, Green. Out to the right wing. It's Easton with the jam.
And that's just an all-around talent there. I mean, Green is dependable at finding his open teammates.
Clarkson passes to Collins. Back to Clarkson. It's stolen by Green. Brooks with it. Picked up by Collins. And stolen by Markkanen. Sexton looking around. Clarkson with a screen on Green. Sexton passes to Clarkson. Driving in. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Collins. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. And it's Clarkson missing. Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
And it's Brooks missing.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done.
Kicks it out to Clarkson. On the wing, Sexton. Utah with another miss.
First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
Man, the defender really went after him.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And no good on the second free throw. So 0 for 2 there.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
It takes precision timing for sure. Here's Green. Collins with the rebound. So we see Utah get the win here. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.